guys, it's Paris and welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking about a topic that I personally struggle with and I know a lot of people struggle with, but it's not widely talked about in the fitness industry, and that's the struggle of gaining weight and gaining muscle with a naturally lean body type and fast metabolism. And as you guys know, I am currently trying to bulk, and I've been trying to bulk for a very long time, and I've been very open about my struggles and how hard it is for me to put on mass with my metabolism and just my skinny and lean body type. And I'm making this video just so you guys know that you definitely are not alone. I totally understand your struggles and what you guys are going through. I know it's so easy for people to tell you, oh, if you want to gain weight, just eat more and lift heavy, but you're trying your hardest and you want to do it in as healthy of a way as possible. And so yeah, I'm making this video today for you guys. And on my Instagram, I talk about this a lot, and a lot of you guys come to me with your struggles, and so I hope this reaches out to you guys and that you guys can use this and find inspiration from it. So I thought I'd start out with just a little bit of background on me and my struggles and my journey, just so you guys can get a good idea of where I'm coming from. So I come from a pretty lean and tall family, especially on my dad's side, which I take after. We have very long arms and long legs and not a lot of muscle definition. So I grew up very skinny and very lean. I could eat whatever I wanted, and when I say whatever I wanted, it was all junk, and it never affected me. Until about my sophomore year, puberty hit, so pretty much I started gaining weight very quickly, and the food started coming on very quickly, and I just was unhappy and I felt unfit. So that's kind of where my fitness journey began. So I started going to the gym, and like everybody that doesn't really know what they're doing, they hop on the treadmill. And so I got into running, and when I say running, I mean very long distance running. I would go and run about 6 miles a day at like 9 miles per hour, burning about 1,500 calories a day just in the exercise, not counting everything else I was doing, and only eating around 1,200 to 1,400 calories a day because I was very unknowledgeable about energy expenditure. I didn't know a lot about food. I was eating extremely healthy. I switched my diet completely, and so I was just not getting in enough food for the amount of energy I was expending. And so naturally my body just shedded all of its fat and shedded all of its muscle, and I got very small body fat percentage. I got to about 10%, which I would not recommend for anybody. It made me lose my period. I got very thin, and although I felt really good and I felt very healthy, I was definitely not. And so once I decided that I just really wanted to get strong and I wanted to gain a little bit of weight back, so I got into weightlifting, and I pretty much stopped the long distance running like right away, but I got more into like plyometric style, like burpees and jump squats and the weightlifting. And so I did put on a little bit of weight. I went from about 115 at my lowest to about 123, 124, about there, and I sustained that for a while, and I was super happy with my body. However, then I got really into the fitness industry, and that's when I started following Whitney Simmons and Nikki Blackletter and all these girls that are amazing, by the way. They're my huge inspirations, but they have huge butts and big legs and dominant, pretty much everything. They're so strong, and I wanted to become that. And so I got super into it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get rid of the plyometrics and the hits, and I'm just going to start lifting heavy and gaining weight and eating tons of food. However, I didn't realize that my past in running really messed up my metabolism a lot. It made it very fast. So once I started eating more over the past like year doing the plyometrics and stuff, I ended up accidentally reverse dieting, and I got up to my maintenance being at around, I would say, 2,700. And so over the past 6 months, me trying to bulk has been me trying to eat over 2,700 calories a day, and I'm a nutrition major, so I believe in eating whole foods and good for you foods, which is very hard to overeat on. And although I have a really good appetite, it's still hard to get enough calories in that make me feel good and also gain weight and gain muscle. With my naturally lean body type, I don't naturally put on muscle very quickly, And so for the past, I would say 6 months, I've been really trying to gain weight, but really trying to hit those goals with bulking. And I have gained around 6 pounds, and I do believe that's all muscle, just from just looking at myself, feeling stronger, also doing like my BMI. And so that's where I'm at about now. And I'm continuing my journey. And so you guys are like watching this in the middle of my journey. I still struggle with putting on muscle and eating enough every day for my metabolism and my body type. And I do get very discouraged by the lack of muscle and the lack of weight that I gain. And I know that a lot of you guys are struggling with this as well, because I know how discouraging it can be by trying all these people's workout programs and their food things, and it just doesn't work for you because that's not what your body type likes. And that's why I'm making this video today, because I want you guys to have a person to relate to that also has the same body type as you, that you can take maybe a little of my advice and hopefully it will help you guys, and you guys can take it and you guys can feel confident and strong with your body and reach realistic goals. And now, enough about me and on to what you guys are really here for. I have came up with a list of 5 things that I have used personally and that have worked for me to gain weight and gain muscle with a naturally lean body type and very fast metabolism. So let's just get right into it. So tip number 1, and probably the most obvious and that you guys probably already know, but that is to eat. You need to be eating in a calorie surplus to gain weight and gain muscle. And it's going to be uncomfortable and you're going to gain weight in places that you really don't want to, but you have to do it in order to gain muscle and gain strength and gain weight that you want, especially with your body type. You need to be eating a lot. And to know that you're eating in a calorie surplus, that means you need to know your maintenance calories. So you need to know the amount of calories that you eat where you maintain your weight, where you're not gaining and you're not losing. So if you want to lose weight, then you go in a calorie deficit, and if you want to gain weight, then you go in a calorie surplus. And for people with lean body types and fast metabolism, that means that we have higher maintenance calories than normal people do. For example, like I said before, mine is 2,700. I see videos of people bulking and they're bulking on like 2,200 a day, and that is just not realistic for me. If I'm eating 2,200 calories a day for a long time, I will see massive amount of muscle and weight dropping. So you really need to get to know what your maintenance is and where you're going to see the most growth with the amount of calories that you're eating. So my bulking calories is actually 3,000 and above. Like I said, my maintenance is about 2,700, and where I see the most growth is when I'm eating about 3,000 above. And a lot of you guys ask me how I reach that many calories while eating whole and healthy foods. Like I said before, I'm a nutrition major, so I only eat whole foods, and I just recently went plant-based, so none of my calories are from any animal product. And so yes, it is very hard for me to try to get in 3,000 calories a day with the food I eat. However, I have tons of different ways to add calories and to reach my macros by the end of the day. And you guys are gonna have to wait and stay tuned, because my next video is gonna be another what I ate in a day while bulking, and I'm gonna give you guys tons of tips and tricks to be able to add calories and reach your bulking calories by the end of the day. Tip number 2 is less cardio. If you have a fast metabolism, your body burns through calories like a machine. So doing any long distance or a lot of cardio is only just gonna burn all the calories that you're trying to overload on, and it's just gonna slow down your progress. I'm not saying that you need to cut out cardio completely. However, I am saying you need to reduce it by a lot. And especially with lean and fast metabolisms, your body does not need to be running for like 30 minutes every day, and you don't need to be on the Stairmaster for 30 minutes. And that's why I recommend the form of cardio that people with my body type and people that want to put on muscle and gain weight is HIIT cardio. And so I do HIIT cardio only about 2 days a week, and it's basically very high intensity. You're basically giving it all you can for about 30 seconds, resting, and 30 seconds on again, and you're only doing this for about 5 to 10 minutes. And this is really going to maintain your muscle tonnage while also burning a little bit of the fat away and not slowing down all your progress from you trying to bulk. And trust me, I know how hard it is to give up cardio completely. I come from that background of running. I used to spend an hour and a half on that treadmill every day, and I know how good it feels like to get off and be covered in sweat and feel super good and super fit. However, you really need to overcome that and get past that and just make this little sacrifice, because I know that you're going to like the results even more. And that leads me into tip number 3, which is weightlifting. My saying goes is you need to lift heavy to get heavy. Body weight exercises are awesome at toning you down and leaning you out and burning fat so your muscles get toned up a little more. But when you are trying to bulk, you need to be lifting heavy weights, and you need to consistently get heavier and heavier with those weights to keep tearing down your muscle fibers so they can build back up and your muscles can get bigger. And for a person with a naturally lean and skinny and petite body type, your muscles are very stubborn at growing, which means you need to be lifting heavy weights and lower reps. Grabbing 2 5-pound dumbbells and doing like 30 bicep curls is not going to do anything for you. You're only going to tone yourself up. You're not going to be tearing down those muscle fibers, and you're honestly not going to see any progress. You need to be pushing your weight and going from around 4 to 6 reps to really be seeing that muscle growth that you want. And trust me, I know how scary the weightlifting section can be at first. I know how intimidating it can be to walk in there and see these guys lifting these huge heavy weights and screaming, and you just really don't know what you're doing. However, there is tons of information on the internet and social media. There are tons of beginner-friendly workouts that you easily can do. It's just about getting out of your comfort zone and changing your mindset from going from skinny to strong, which is the most fulfilling thing you can do to yourself. Once you start seeing the results of you getting stronger and feeling stronger, you are gonna love it. Honestly, weightlifting has changed my life and has made me so much stronger of a person on the outside and on the inside. And tip number 4 is the hardest for a lot of people to do, and that is to stay consistent and be patient. Sadly, our body types are very stubborn. We do not see a lot of results very quickly. However, if you do stay consistent and you consistently hit your macros and eat in a calorie surplus and consistently get stronger and lift more heavy weights, you are going to see results in the long run. It just takes patience. You need to let your body adjust and give you the results that it needs in a healthy way. And this is a tip that I'm still working on and I struggle with every day. I'm easily the most impatient person you will ever meet when it comes to driving, eating out, anything. Honestly, I want things done in the quick and easiest way as possible. However, if the fitness journey has taught me anything, it is patience is key. If you want results to last and you want to stick with it for a long time, you need to be patient and you need to enjoy the process. And finally, tip number 5, and my favorite and my most important and probably the most cliche, is to learn and listen to your body. You need to know yourself. Everybody is so unique. Everybody has different body types, metabolisms, families, genetics, lifestyles. You need to really know yourself and what you can do and your limits and your strengths and your weaknesses to really be able to succeed and reach your goals. You need to experiment with your body. You need to find what it thrives on, what works for it and what doesn't work for it. If you don't know yourself before you start pushing yourself, then you're only just gonna quit and push backwards and lose a lot of confidence in yourself. And yeah, like I said, bulking is a hard process, and if you're really committed to it, it is so worth it. However, you do need to listen to your body, listen to all of its signs that it's giving you, and achieve it in a very healthy way. Alright, you guys, so those are my 5 top tips, and I hope that you guys can implement those into your lifestyle, and that if you guys are trying to bulk and you're starting at a more skinny and lean and fast metabolism, that you guys can achieve your goals just as much as another person, and that you guys are not alone, and your body type is just as beautiful and is just as unique and strong as anybody else's. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I know I'm new to this. I don't really know what I'm doing yet, and I'm definitely not the most consistent uploader, but I'm definitely working on it, and I'm super excited, and I have tons of ideas for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned for my next video, and thank you guys so much for watching.